Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to thank RJC for having me tonight. Matt Brooks and Alex Siegel, thank you both. It's an honor to be here. I'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight. It is so important to show our solidarity. And I want to thank all of the speakers, not only from today, but yesterday as well, for standing on the right side of history. Although I have to admit, it's been a little bit appalling to see that there's another side that people are standing with in these times. We are living through unprecedented times, times that are simply too evil to even feel real. You know, after the atrocities committed on October 7th, one would think that the entire world would condemn these heinous acts. Civilians, innocent civilians, hundreds of them, thousands of them. Not just any murders, but barbaric, savage murders. And unlike most murderers who try to hide their crimes, Hamas did a great job at showing the world what they did and how proud they were to do so. They live streamed these murders. They FaceTimed the victims' parents. They leaked it to the media. We are not dealing with human beings right now. Thank you. Now, of course, I know there are those online who are applauding Hamas and calling them freedom fighters. And I call those people keyboard warriors. And trust me when I tell you that I have had my fair share in dealing with them. Between the death threats and the rape threats for being a Zionist online, threats that I would not even repeat, just for humanity's sake. But what I did not think in my life was that in the United States of America, I would come face to face with one of these monsters. But to my surprise, 2 days ago on live television, which many of you have seen, I came face to face with one of these monsters who looked me dead in my eyes. And she told me that October 7th was justified. Now, I saw her again 2 days later on the same show on Piers Morgan, and she looked me again in my eyes and told me once again that they celebrated these murders and it was an act of resistance. These same monsters, these pro-Hamas monsters are now infiltrating our college campuses in the United States all over the country. And they are bullying Jewish students into being silent and living in fear. But what's the worst part about that? It's that it's being tolerated. So it is time to pull the plug on these universities that are a safe haven for Jew hatred. If you are a student and you are on campus and you are defending terrorists, you should be expelled. No question about it. And furthermore, if you are a member of Congress, and yes, I am talking to you, Hamas squad, and you are defending terrorism, you should be expelled from Congress. No question about it. No more tolerance. And it seems like the left woke social justice warriors care so much about human lives, right? Except when it comes to Jewish lives, apparently. Where's the outrage now, social justice warriors? But I want to remind those people just one small fact. It starts with the Jews, but it does not end with the Jews. They are coming for you next. Wake up! Do you think Hamas loves America? Is that what you think? But this is what they think on college campuses. So here's the reality, folks. It is our job to educate. Because we cannot rely on our institutions anymore. We cannot rely on our universities to do this job because they have failed us. So it is up to us. And I have been working overtime these past few weeks to combat misinformation. And I'll tell you a little quick story. For those of you who don't know, I'm not just an Israeli activist. This past year, I was asked and honored to be a judge in Miss Universe, which has enabled me to connect with women all over the globe with such big platforms and a huge influence literally all over the planet. You name the country, I met the contestant. And I've built some of these friendships, and we follow each other online. And what I found this week one contestant in particular, who I happen to adore, posted, "Ceasefire now, stop the genocide," with 1 million followers. Now, I immediately dialed her phone number and I called her because I knew that she had no idea what she was talking about. I interviewed this woman. I know she doesn't know about the conflict. And I asked her, "Why did you post this?" Very calmly. And I asked her very calmly because everyone's approach in engaging in these dialogues is so important. You can't come off attacking. You have to make it a conversation if you want to have a positive effect. And it was a simple question: why did you post this? And what do you know about the conflict? Please enlighten me. I'd love to learn more. And to nobody's surprise, she told me, "I don't know anything, actually, but I've been seeing what everyone's posting online, and it felt right to do so." So I proceeded to talk to her for 30 minutes, and I told her not only what you did was harmful, but it was factually incorrect. And by the time we finished this conversation, she told me, "Emily, everything you told me, I heard the exact opposite. I heard you guys are murdering babies. I heard you guys stop the civilians from leaving Hamas. And everything you said, I heard the opposite." So can you blame her? This is what we are dealing with. Now rewind, before October 7th. This was in the height of the Black Lives Matter protests. There was also an Israeli conflict going on. And I won't name his name because he's an ally now, but a very famous coach of an NBA team posted "Free Palestine" and posted something very, very disgusting about Israel. So I scrambled around to find his phone number, and once I called him on the phone, I had the same question. "Hey, why did you post this? Can you teach me more? I'm dying to learn." And he said, "Hey, great to hear from you. I actually don't know much, but my team asked me to post it, and they told me that as a black man, I should stand with Palestine." So unfortunately, we are in damage repair mode. The damage is done. These false narratives are being spread online, and it's our job to clarify what is the truth. So I proceeded to talk to him for 30 minutes and told him about the dangerous rhetoric that he's spreading and how Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East, and why, as a black man, you should stand with Israel. And don't let them use that victim mentality on you. And what I'm trying to say is, it's our job not only to preach to the Jewish people. I don't have to sit here and tell all of you why you should side with Israel, because you already do, and I applaud all of you for that. Thank you. However, it is our job to go beyond our Jewish community and start attacking our workspaces, your colleagues, the people you see on a daily basis that aren't Jewish, that don't know. Because if not us, then who? Think about this. I would approximate about 300 people in this room right now. Now imagine every single one of you went to a colleague or went to a friend, we're at an event, and you told your friend about what's happening in Israel. Now 600 people know. And now all of those people who you educated go on to tell their friends. That's 1,200 people. That will spread like wildfire, and it starts with every single one of you. So don't think you need millions of followers to make a difference. You just need to trust yourself and educate your peers. That is all you need. I'm doing it. I'm a woman, not just a woman in sports, but a Jewish woman in sports, and a loud-mouthed Jew to begin with. So imagine what I deal with. You can do it too, I promise. I want to end it with a quote, which I'm sure you have all heard, but I want to remind you all that it exists. "First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and I did not speak out Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me." And that's the reality of what we're dealing with, because never again is right now. So let's be bigger than these fears. We are bigger than these fears. We are stronger than their bullying, and we will not be silenced ever again. So let's never be silent again, and tonight we begin. So thank you all so much for being here. Am Yisrael Chai, and God bless America.